Hi friends, welcome to Rita's Paper Motif. I'm Rita, and today I wanted to share with you a fun fold and some of my favorite products. Now before we get started, I just quickly did also want to share that if you're watching on Facebook, I want to encourage you to hit that like button and also to interact in the comment section below. If you're watching on YouTube, which will be a replay, then I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel, and also anytime you subscribe, if you hit that bell icon, then you'll be notified of any new content that I upload. Of course, your thumbs up and hearts are always appreciated. No pressure, it's all up to you. The other thing I wanted to share quickly with you is September is almost here, and I'm so excited. I'm going to be sharing with you Christmas in September. Now, normally I do Christmas in July. This year we're going to do it in September. And so the whole thought behind Christmas in September is to offer you ideas so that you can make your own Christmas cards or Christmas goodies. And so that's the whole thing behind it. So let's go ahead and get started for tonight. But do be sure to watch for the All Things Christmas. It'll start September 1st. And if you want to see what activities are when, then please go to ritaspapermotif.com. Hit that special events tab at the top, and it'll take you to the calendar. And if you go to September's calendar, you'll see all the great things that are planned for September. All right, so tonight I wanted to show you this fun fold. It's not a new fun fold. It's been around for a while. But I also wanted to feature this beautiful designer series paper. It's called the Bright and Beautiful. And I also wanted to use the product. It is some of my favorite product. I just use it over and over. And I think as you build up your inventory of product, you'll find those things that you go to over and over and over again. And so some of that is what I'm using tonight. So obviously I love this punch. It's the, it's the Peta.l Park Punch, and I just love it. So I use it for little flowers. You can almost use it like a layer of flower, and then it has the leaves. But it's just so wonderful. I just love that punch. I'm also using, of course, you've seen it before in my videos, is the Biggest Wish stamp set. I love this stamp set. I love that it has the big bold letters, and then it also has the cursive. And these are common sentiments that you can use over and over and over. So it's just, I just love it. And we're going to be using that tonight, as well as the framed Florets stamp set. We're going to be using this happy birthday stamp that says, wishes for a beautiful birthday. Let's get started. So the other thing that we're using is we're going to be using some Moody Mauve cardstock. You're going to need some basic white, of course. And then we're going to be using some of that Bright and Beautiful designer series paper. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, some of this stuff I've already done ahead of time. Some of it I've not, just because I wanted to have kind of a short video and not a really long one. But this is a half a sheet of 8.5 by 11 Moody Mauve. And I just put the 8.5 inch side at the top of my trimmer, and then I scored it at 4 1/4. So we're going to rotate this, and then I'm going to go ahead and score it at 5 1/2. And so if you don't have a trimmer yet, I just want to encourage you to try out this trimmer. It's got the two ledges at the top and at the bottom, so that you have a nice place to rest your cardstock. And with, if you match it up with the measurements here, it's going to keep your card nice and straight. So the light blade is the scoring blade and the dark blade is the cutting blade. They rest and navigate up and down here on the clear plastic guide. For now, we're only going to use the scoring blade. And so we've scored this at 5.5, and when we fold that on that score mark, we're going to be getting an A2 size. Whoa, there went my trimmer on the floor. We're going to be getting an A size card, which is a standard card, of course. Let me pick up that trimmer before I step on it. And oh gosh, I can't believe it did that. I did that. Anyway, we're also going to take our bone folder, and if you don't have a bone folder, this is something you might want to get. But I just take my bone folder and secure that fold. That keeps the cardstock, it keeps that fold line secure. Our cardstock is a nice weight, and so that helps it to stand up nicely. Okay, so also, I've already cut this, but this is a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white. That is going to go on the inside of the card, and we're going to stamp on it in a minute. We also have a piece of basic white that is, oh dear, I forgot the measurements. Let's see, it's 4 by 2 1/4, and that is going to be, we're going to secure it right here on this part of the card. So let me see here. I am going to need, I thought I had this all done here. I am going to need to cut a piece of that Moody Mauve, because we're going to need the piece to put that basic white on. So one moment here, I really thought I was together. Let's see, Moody Mauve, where are you? All right, so we're gonna cut that Moody Mauve. Let's see, this is, try it again on my trimmer. The white is going to be layered on top, and so the white, a basic white here is 2 1/4. So we're going to want this to be about 1/4 of an inch bigger. So we're going to make it at 2 1/2. And then we know that this is, let's see how wide, or yes, how wide it is. Well, I'm all fingers tonight. And that's going to be at 4. So I'm going to, I don't want to mess up this whole sheet, so I'll just cut what I need. So we're going to cut this at 4, and now we have that layer that our basic white is going to fit on. So let me see if I can put this back without, this trimmer back without, now what did I just do with my white? Oh my gosh, goodness sakes. Here it is. All right. Nothing like falling apart, right? Okay, so, and then we have our designer series paper, and we're going to do something with both of those pieces. So this piece is 1 inch by 4, and this is 3 inches by 4. Okay, so those are all the parts. Now on this card base, we are going to cut it let's see here, we're going to cut it at, so it would normally be 2 3/4, but we're going to cut it at 2 1/2. And we're just going to cut this part off. That's what's going to give us our, and that's why I didn't have that Moody Mauve. I messed up there. Okay, so let's get going here. Let's stamp first so we can stamp but before we stick. And what I want on the inside is I want where it to say, we're going to use this stamp right here. I want it to say wishes for a beautiful birthday. And I have that already on a block. And we're going to use our Moody Mauve ink here. And I'm going to be stamping this. I almost got my fingers in that ink. I want it to be over here on this side because it's going to fit inside this card. And so I don't want you to be able to see the sentiment when it beyond this point. So we're going to stamp it right here. And we always stamp before we stick, because if we don't like that stamp, then we can turn our white, basic white paper over and stamp again. So we're just going to tap, 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 tap. And I'm going to bring this closer because it's what happens when your eyes get older. And we're going to go ahead and stamp that sentiment. And see, this is a good thing that I did not stick it yet, because I don't like that stamp, obviously. So, and I think it's because it was sitting on that Moody Mauve. I didn't really get a good impression there. Let's see. You know, I missed last week doing my live, and I think you can't go too long without doing your lives or you get out of sync. All right, so let's try this again. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and clean our stamp. And now it's all nice and clean, and when we put it away, we don't have to worry. So this will go inside. We want to stamp this other piece of white. And I am going to use, from this stamp set, I'm going to use the word friend. Now you could use the cursive friend if you wanted to. I'm going to use this bold one. And the reason I'm using friend, to be quite honest, is I'm not sure who I'm going to be giving this card to. But of course I would be giving a friend a birthday card, right? So this works. So we're going to go ahead and tap. We're still using that Moody Mauve. And I want to put this sentiment right over here on the edge. So let me get a little closer and not get my head in the camera here. Okay, and once we're finished with the stamping, we're going to clean this stamp off. And now we are through. That's all that we need to stamp today. And we're going to go ahead and put this sentiment right on here. You can layer it on here, and then it'll be kind of setting up for when we need it later. So I'm also going to get out my silicone mat so that when I use my glue, that I won't get my work surface all sticky. And I will tell you this, that the liquid glue is best for this because it gives you time and my glue is not working. Oh, yes it is. Okay, so here we go. And we're just going to layer it here in the middle. And the beauty of the liquid glue is that it gives you time to, you know, just move your sentiment right where you want it, and that allows you to make sure you have a nice border. All right, we're also going to go ahead and glue this piece on the inside. So again, I'm going to put glue all over, and now my glue is coming out like you would not believe. Okay, and we're just going to go ahead and stick this on here again, trying to get a nice border, an even border. There we go. And then we have that designer series paper that we cut, and we're going to stick the whiter one, and that is the one that was 3 by 4. We're going to stick it right here on the front part of this card. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and here we go with that. Again, trying to keep a nice border. Let's see, how even is that? Pretty good there. Okay, and then this one strip that is the inch strip by 1 by 4, we're going to put right here. You don't want to use that much glue, friends. It's just that my bottle of glue is getting near the end and it's spurting out there. And then I'm just going to put this right here again with a nice border. A straight, nice border. Okay. And now we have, you know, that's pretty much done. The one thing that I wanted to also do, and I'm going to take all these parts out of my little envelope here, is I wanted to put some ribbon around here, because this is kind of a bigger piece of white, so I just wanted to put some ribbon here, and then I'm going to tie a knot. But I'm going to show you how I put that ribbon. I will take my Terran tape, and I'm just going to take off a few pieces because I'm going to tape down the ends of my ribbon. So I want to make sure I have it right where I want it. So that's where I want it. And I'll take this piece that is, I'll take this piece of tape that is on that finger, and I'll just secure it down. Now I don't need to take off that release paper because I just want to use it to secure down the ribbon. So I'm going to also take that part of the ribbon, and I'm going to secure that. I want to make sure again it's straight and not too tight. I don't want my little sentiment strip here bowing. Okay, so then before we do anything else, let's go ahead and stick it right on here. We're going to use our dimensionals, and I have the dimensionals right here. And we know we don't want them on the whole back here because we don't want that sticking to this part of the card. So what I like to do is just kind of figure out where I want the middle, and I'll put one dimensional right here because I know it's going to go there anyway. And then I will go ahead and put my dimensionals here. I like to put one on the ribbon because that does kind of help keep it the ribbon down. And then I'll just put some more dimensionals here, and that is going to give me some elevation. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and put the release papers right here so I can see them. These release papers can get all over. Let's see here. Okay, I think I got it all. So then we're just going to go ahead and secure this down. We want to make sure it's kind of even here. Kind of, let's see here. Got a lot going on here. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to take some of that ribbon again because I'm going to just tie a knot. And so I think that this is the Moody Mauve ribbon. And I just cut this piece. You want to know the measurements. It's about 6 inches, but I know I'm not going to need that much because I'm just going to tie a knot. And so here we go with that knot. And then we'll go ahead and trim that ribbon. I really love this Moody Mauve. How many of you like it too? Let's see here. Okay, there we go. It's not quite even, is it? Let me trim it better. Okay, there we go. Now we have those, these stars, and I'm going to tell you how I got these stars. I got these stars from the Designer Series paper, so you can see in the Designer Series paper that there are stars. I had a little bit left over from the piece that I was using on my card, and I just simply cut them out is all. And I'm going to put them all around. Let's see here. I'm going to put them all around that sentiment because I'm going to use my glue dots. And I'm sorry I left you for a moment. I had to go get my glue dots. And I just cut them out, is what I did. So they're, we know that they're going to go along with the card because it was the same Designer Series paper. And that is a good way to use up your Designer Series paper as well. Now on this card that I made before, I used that country or Peta.l Park Punch, and I cut from the leftover Designer Series paper, and I just cut out these flowers. So, you know, use your product to the fullest extent. And let's see here, we have 3 little stars that we're going to use. And I'm using those, again, those glue dots because they won't stick out. But out of the star, they're small enough to keep that star secure. And you can just put them all around. Let's see, I don't know. I'm going to put it right here. And one more star. And I love these glue dots because they're easy to use and you can use them for the smallest of things that you want to adhere. So they come in a roll. I just opened this. This is a new one. So I just opened it. All right, now let's use some bling to decorate. And these adhesive dots, they're called the In Color dots, And you can see here's the Moody Mauve, and it's got boho blue. Let me get my Take-A-Pick tool. Now, normally your Take-A-Pick tool looks like this, and if you haven't seen the attachments to the Take-A-Pick tool, I really want to encourage you to take a look in the annual catalog, because they now have a rotary blade, they have an X-Acto knife. They just have a lot of nice attachments. Now, I'm hoping to show them off in September. So I don't want to do that just yet. I want to save it for that All Things Christmas. All right, but I like to use this Take Your Pick tool. I just took this other end off just because it used to rattle and it would drive me nuts. So that's why. But I'm also going to use some bling just to kind of decorate in here. And I'm going to use different colors because I want to bring out all the colors in the Designer series paper. So let me see here. And I will put one right there. So what an easy card. An easy card. Didn't take us very long to make. And I'll just bring out all the stuff that we used again. So we used the Moody Mauve ribbon. In the first card I made for a sample, I used the Peta.l Park Punch. We used the Friend Sentiment from The Biggest Wish. And then we used the Inside Sentiment, which is wishes for a beautiful birthday. We used that from the framed Florets. Okay, so an easy card, didn't take very long to make. You can get the dimensions once again if you want to by going to ritaspapermotif.com. It should be posted by Saturday morning. We are just busy with the All Things Christmas, so you know, it's kind of whatever's next in line gets posted, but you should find it there. And then the fun fold can be adapted. So any of the Designer series paper you have, maybe you want to use up scraps, this is a good way to do it. And also, if you're looking for things to decorate, think about the Designer series paper you have. Is there anything you can fussy cut to use that to decorate? All right, so thank you so much for sharing your time with me today. And don't forget to, if you want to shout out hello, just so that I know that you were watching. There's no pressure though. You can also, as I said before, visit me at ritaspapermotif.com and again at YouTube. All right, so thank you so much. You have a good weekend and I'll see you next week. Bye now.